What if I told you that the world isn't as it seems? What if I told you society is never going to change? What if? What if the world was at peace and everything was just too perfect? How we are all blind to see the reality of it all. What if I told you guns aren't the problem? Because to me, it truly isn't. Come to realize that this world will never be perfect, why the crime rate is so high, and who is really the problem. Now let me take you back, way back, before guns were ever involved, when there was only knives, swords, and arrows. What happened then?
Now, we must turn to the issue of gun violence in America today, because the latest mass shootings in Aurora, Colorado, and Newtown, Connecticut leave us all, liberal and conservative, Republican and Democrat, appalled and disgusted at the carnage. Now, some people, and that includes many of you in this room tonight, want to place the blame for this horror on things like 30-round magazines or semi-automatic rifles. We want to blame something, anything that we can control.
And then, we as society refuse to see the facts. No matter what we do, there will always be a way. There will always be a weapon. There will always be crime. Are guns a true problem? Car accidents are reported every day. Yet does the right to own a car become threatened? Who is to blame? The car? The road? Or the person behind the wheel? We as citizens fight for our rights. We stand up for what we believe in. Isn't that what America is truly about? Freedom? Or have we forgotten what it truly means to have rights? To be free, to be American? In my belief, a person kills a person. The gun only reacts to a person pulling the trigger, so therefore it's the person, not the gun. By taking away my right to have weapons, is there really a sense of safeness in America? Take a look at the city of Detroit. Detroit has one of the strictest gun laws in the United States, yet it has the highest murders by gun. According to Forbes magazine, Detroit has 375 homicides from guns in 2012 alone. In 2011, the homicides by guns was 345, and for the past few years, 532 armed crimes were logged for every 100,000 citizens in Detroit City. New York, Detroit, Connecticut, all of these states have some of the strictest gun laws, yet they all have the highest rates in gun violence. So now do you see the problem? Can removing our right to bear arms solve this problem? Every single person has a right to protect themselves. Cities like El Paso, Kennesaw, even Switzerland have some of the lowest rates in gun violence. In these cities, citizens are allowed to bear arms. What should be enforced to provide safer outcomes is stronger background checks. Because looking up that extra detail in a person's life can make all the difference in the world. To a student, teacher, friend, mother, father, it could save a life or even lives. More security in schools and public places should also be enforced as well. Take a look at what happened tragically in Sandy Hook Elementary, Aurora, Colorado. Take a step back and think to yourself, could this have been prevented? If a teacher anonymously had a concealed weapon, you would think more lives would have been saved. You would think 20 kids and 6 adults wouldn't have died. If people were allowed to carry the concealed weapon into public places, wouldn't you think the shooting at Colorado movie theater would have been less tragic? Or even by having more security awareness, wouldn't it have caused suspicion and possibly having stopped them? So what if I told you now that you no longer have the right to bear arms? Would you feel safe knowing that criminals can have the upper hand? 'Cause to me, I don't.